afternoon. I'm at Glen Canyon Dam. Been here 3 days now. Really beautiful. All the red rocks. I started off in October 15th, and I've already traveled 6 states, going on 7, driving towards Texas. I'm going to visit with a friend of mine for Christmas. Her family more like moved out and left her, so I thought I'd swing by and at least spend Christmas Day with her and try to cheer her up on my way to Texas, my 7th state. I started October 15th. It is now December 20th, year 2011. Thought I'd have breakfast. Had me some oatmeal. Heat up with my little Coleman stove over there. But this is more like a little memo thing here. I want to thank those who's helped me on this journey so far, or assisted me, and that way I don't forget them in case I forget to write them down. But I've had 3 blowout tires. One was in, well, tire went flat on the truck. Right back tire went flat. I was parked by the airport there in Las Vegas. Big vacant lot, probably 100 acres, no, probably 500 acres. Looks like they tore down a building, and it was just rubble everywhere, filthy. So I stayed there one day overlooking that one pyramid-looking building. I couldn't tell you what it's called, Egypt or something. Stayed there, fixed the tire. Or no, I didn't fix it. I was going to fix it. And I had already been there a day, cleaned out my truck. Took a lot of stuff out, went through it, made up a trash barrel full of stuff I wanted to donate to Las Vegas charity or to the rescue mission there. And anyway, I was there all day cleaning stuff out, making up a trash can to donate. And just before I left, this security guy pulled up and asked me, he says, what are you doing here? And I said, I got a flat tire, I got to change it. And he goes, that's no problem of mine. And when you see people with attitudes like that, I mean, I'd like to just shot them in the foot. Just teach them a lesson, because that's no way to go through life, being an idiot or a snob or bossy, aggressive. I don't like that type of stuff. You get a lot more things done with kindness, sweetness, whatever. It just, people don't need to hear that. They don't need to hear it. Mostly I don't need to hear it, because I don't tolerate a lot of stuff from people. Anyway, that was a low tire. So the guy came back after I was getting ready to move. He came back with a canister filled with that stuff that patches your tires, blows your tires up and patches it, seals the hose. So that was cool. So I went on down the road. Probably didn't drive half a mile, and once I got the half a mile, the right, no, it was the left trailer tire, a chunk just ripped right off, and it went flat real quick at a car wash. And I left my Coleman stove running. I want to turn it off. I gotta save that fuel. Going more like that burnt coffee now. Put my coffee in there, and there's nothing worse than overcooked coffee. Excuse me. So, yeah, I put up in this car wash, and I start backing up in a corner there where there was a good lighting, so I could see the tire and everything. And suddenly this girl comes out of nowhere. I mean, she's probably maybe 30 at the oldest, really good looking. And she asked me, can she help me? I said, sure. You want to help me? Okay, let's see, change my tire here. And she goes, no, I can't do that. And I said, okay. I just pulled up here to work on this trailer here and fix the tire. And she goes, "Did you see me?" And I said, "How did I supposed to see you?" And she goes, "I'm living right around the corner there in that tree." And I said, "What, in the tree?" She goes, "Yeah, I have tarps all around it and stuff, and I have a bed in there, and that's where I've been staying for quite a while." And I said, "Well, that's cool. I mean, I'm videotaping homeless people all day long. I'd like to interview you if you get time." And she said, "Well, right now I'm a mess, but maybe later." So I ended up being there and working on the tire, and she talked. Boy, she was like 100 miles an hour, and evidently she had been an ex-drug addict on speed or something, and boy, she talked. Woo. But she was 5 months pregnant. I could already see a belly coming out, and hooked up with some Mexican guy. He didn't seem like he spoke much English, but seemed like a nice guy, mellow. Then some guy comes out of the back of the car wash where I guess they were detailing or whatever, and he wearing shorts, and it probably was maybe 50 degrees, maybe. It was pretty cold, I thought, for then. I hadn't been up in Utah and froze my butt off, so anything under maybe 60 was cold to me, and probably most Californians. I know my mom used to turn the heater on in the car. It was 65 or something. She'd turn that heater on. She was freezing. But back to the story. The guy came out from back in the back and wearing shorts, and he was talking, and he was a drunk. He had a beer big tall can of beer in his hand, and we talked, and he was from Tennessee too. And the story goes with this guy. I don't know if he was drunk with his son or not. He says when his son was younger that he probably walked out between cars. That's how most people are hit. They walk out between cars, not even looking both ways before they step out in the street. Somebody drove by and hit him. Anyway, the person hit him, caught both of his knees, and threw him back, probably, he said 40 or 50 feet up against a wall or something. And he says all he remembered at the time was his son standing over him, and he like had a haze of barely seeing him and barely hearing him because probably got brain damage or whatever anyway. But he thought he ended up breaking both of his legs, and the guy took off in the car, didn't stop. And this guy was really a character. Evidently his sisters and brothers got some money when his mom died, and his mom died when he was 17. So I think mentally her abandoning him then really put something on his traumatized him or something. But he said he had inherited maybe $20,000-$25,000 from her, and then he said he spent most of it on her funeral. But I don't know. Usually you don't get any money till after they're dead and gone. So I don't know how much story he told, but when he was drinking, he started crying, and that was pretty sad watching somebody cry like that. How do men handle other men crying anyway? That's kind of tricky. I mean, I just sat there and kind of act like I was feeling bad. I mean, I did kind of feel bad. I didn't know his mother personally or anything, but I felt sympathetic towards the guy. And I'm sure the drinking really does something to people's emotional state anyway. Excuse me while I drink out of my pan. I should have used the cup for the coffee and the pan for the oatmeal. I guess I was just overwhelmed by this red rocks around me and the beauty and not thinking too straight. I don't know if I'll even use this video on the internet or in my in the movie I'm making, 50/50 documentary about the whole journey, 50 states in 50 weeks. I don't know. To me, this video is just made for me, I think, so I can remember stuff I hadn't written it down, so I need to stay on top of all the good people, all the things I've done. So I thought I'd make a video about it. Try to make it into a nutshell, they call it. So anyway, I sit at the car wash, and that guy drinking, and then I tried to get to sleep. He was up till 3 in the morning walking around, and I think he slept a couple hours. I slept in the back of the trailer second time. First time I slept in the back of the trailer at Glen Canyon. So really, I've been on the road October 15th, 15 days, November 30 days, December 20 days. So we're looking at 20 and 30, that's 50, 65 days. I've been on the road 65 days now. And I've slept in a trailer one time during, over there in Grand Canyon. Had to empty everything out to sleep in there. And then one time there at the car wash in Las Vegas. So after I got some sleep, I woke up the next morning, made some coffee, fixed the tire, tried to get across the street. I just drove across the street and I ran out of gas. That was nuts. Ran out of gas. But that's not the first time I ran out of gas. First time was, I think I was leaving California and I was driving towards Arizona. Yeah, the first time. Gas was $4.89, probably about 20 miles from the border of Arizona and California. And those gas stations out there like buzzards. Charge you what they want to charge. Scums of the earth. There's no reason for that. No reason. Because you drive 20, 30 miles down the street in Arizona, drops down to $3.89, if that much. I mean, there's a price difference, $1.50 per gallon. So those guys at those gas stations, they're a bunch of rip-offs. I mean, they could fall in the category of casino owners, bankers, CEOs of oil companies. Just so many people are out there just out to steal you blind. I mean, they think they can get away with it. They do get away with it. It's really a rotten world. I can't see how people think money is so important to ruin your reputation, ruin other people's lives.